From the first bell to the last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. One world, one voice, taking us higher. AEW, Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday Night Main Event under the neon lights. And NXT has the rising stars. The future is looking pretty bright. Dreams get built in every fight. From Wednesday Night Dynamite to Saturday Night Collision, New Japan battles, hearts on fire. From the Tokyo Dome to Arena, Mexico, in every zone, every style's a kingdom, every ring is a throne. Give the way to AEW, every New Japan pride. CA line on the way, AEW, on the rise. Different banners with the same love and passion pounding in us all. Aaron loves wrestling. Every brand, it doesn't matter about the three letters. From the local hall to the global star. Oh my God, that sound. When the essence hits, we are all ready to start. Aaron loves wrestling. Side by side. No tribal lines, just love for the business worldwide. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Cuddy fights for the dreams of us all in red, white, blue. Hangman doesn't stay down, he is always fighting for redemption. Mox bleeds for the business. From the first bell to the last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. One world, one voice.
All right, let's redo this. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Aaron Love's Wrestling Podcast here, and I am your host, Dr. Love himself, Aaron. I am here to discuss AEW Revolution. That is right. AEW Revolution was a great show by far. the best pay-per-view in 2026 in all professional wrestling. I can care less of what anybody says. It's my opinion. I love AEW, and if you didn't, well, that is your opinion. But I loved it. Even the violent match that we got in the end. Some people, I've seen them online, and they were, let's just say, crying. They were upset that they quote unquote. I saw one say they went way too far, too much. Listen, you wouldn't have handled WWE back in the old days. They used to do stuff like that, and even the old territory wrestling. There were some brutal matches like that too. Texas Death was a really brutal match, and we used to get that back in the day with uh, WWE Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression. Now, now we don't. Now, if that's your kind of wrestling, cool. Keep watching. But mine is what I saw last night. Not only the many wrestling matches that I enjoyed, but I enjoyed the blood and the certain matches that I saw the blood and I saw, and definitely the main event with Hangman Adam Page and MJF. That was an amazing Texas death match. My two favorite matches right now in AEW was last year All in Texas Death Match, or my two favorite Texas Death Matches, I should say, was the Moxley Hangman Texas Death Match and All in Texas last year, and this one. Then I'd say the third one is which was Swerve. Swerve was good too, really good. But man, AEW kicked butt. They kicked butt. They kicked butt. I ain't even watched Monday Night Raw yet. I still, I guess, coming down from AEW Revolution. Not only that, spent some time with the family tonight, so I didn't catch Monday Night Raw. But still, that AEW Revolution was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, could we have done without a couple 0 hour matches? Sure. But keep in mind that those are wrestlers that got their time to be on a pay-per-view in front of a live audience of 12,000 plus. Yeah, that's right, 12,000 plus. And not only that, we had, and not only that, they had some good matches. They had some good matches. I enjoyed AEW Revolution. Some of the 0 hour matches weren't bad, especially the TBS Championship match between Willow and Lino Cross that went over into the women's tag team match with Willow's injury. I thought that was great that it kind of bled through, that it went followed through in the women's tag team match. The storytelling. There's storytelling in AEW. There's storytelling in AEW. If you watch it every week, you will catch up and you will know the stories that are in AEW. I said it on X earlier today. Watching only AEW pay-per-views without watching week to week is like watching the season finale of a TV show without watching all the other episodes leading up to the season finale. You're going to be lost. You're not going to know who is with who. You're not going to know why this person is this way or why person is that way. That's the exact same way as watching AEW. You got to watch every single week. Know why, who is feuding with you, why this team is together, why this title is why this title has a feud. AEW has stories in the company. You just got to watch. And so I've seen a lot of people complain. Oh, they had so many wrestling matches. Too many wrestling matches. Oh, boo-hoo. Well, what is their name? All Elite Wrestling. And that's what they gave you. They didn't give you a 4-match pay-per-view. They gave you a pay-per-view worth your money. If you paid 30, 40, 50 bucks for that pay-per-view, you're worth your money. Your money's worth for a pay-per-view. And that's what AEW gave you. And I enjoyed every second of it from the beginning to the end. It was great wrestling. I enjoyed the wrestling match, especially the main event. My other one, a close second, was Andrade and Bandito. As far as a wrestling match without a stipulation, Bandito and Andrade stole the show. No doubt about it. Andrade and Bandito stole the show. But as far as all the my favorite match of the entire night was Hangman versus MJF. Now I'm a Hangman fan. As you can see, the bandana, the picture, I got his shirts. He is my favorite in AEW. Now, just because he lost doesn't mean he's not my favorite anymore. I'm gonna stop watching. I still don't think it makes sense, but if they make it make sense to where he turns heel and we get that black hat theme back with Hangman Adam Page and he turns heel, goes back on his word, and he goes for that world title again, maybe in Owen Hart Cup tournament or in another way, I'm all for it. But if not, and he keeps his word, then we have the Continental title he can go for, the TNT Championship, the International Championship, even the National Championship. Not only that, he can go and compete in New Japan if he wants to, get the IWGP or the New Japan Television Championship or something like that. CMLL, the world title over there. There's other titles that he can go for. Do I want to see him as AEW World Champion again? Sure. Yes, I want to see him as AEW World Champion again. I don't give a crap what anybody says. If you don't like him, you don't like him. But he's my guy. And I want to see Hangman Adam Page as my world champion. Just like I love seeing Cody Rhodes as my WWE champion. He's my guy. You don't like it, you don't like it. Guess what? You don't have to watch. But I love the match, even though the outcome was not the way I wanted it. It was a great match, fantastic match. I loved the Texas Death Match. I love all the Texas Death Matches that I've seen in AEW. This one's up there. I love it. And this pay-per-view, by far the best of 2026. The best pay-per-view of 2026. It's blown every other pay-per-view out of the water. AEW Revolution and last night Revolution. I've seen many people say online all day today, it felt like 2021 again. It felt great. Why? Because of the storytelling, the matches, even some of the many surprises we got last night. What we're going to talk about, AEW Revolution hit a grand slam. No pun intended. It did. It was, again, and I don't care. Anybody says, you say I'm this Glazer, that Glazer, whatever. Some people I've seen, oh, you might as well change your name to Aaron Loves AEW. Man. Yeah, okay. Well, no. I just love professional wrestling, bro, and that's what AEW gives me, especially in a pay-per-view when I get, 9 wrestling matches plus the 0-hour matches. Yeah, it was great. It was better than watching a 4-match pay-per-view. I tell you that. Many matches, different matches on the card, different tag team matches, trios matches, singles matches, title matches, story matches, and then just a fun match with Andrade and Bandito. A little bit of a story there, not much, but a little bit of story. But hey, guess what? He beat Bandito, who is a Ring of Honor World Champion, who also, and that's another title Hangman could go for, Ring of Honor Championship, who can go, Andrade has been poking at MJF on social media, so maybe he'll be the next challenger for AEW Dynasty. That would be a great match as well. But with these titles, I've seen it online, and I even posted it on X that AEW has done a very good job to make it to where these titles, the TNT title, Continental title, International Championship, and now the National Championship, to where that they don't feel like mid-card titles. They all have importance. They all have importance on the show, and many of the top stars in AEW are going for each of one of these titles, not just the World Championship. But But these titles really don't feel like mid card titles, and Tony Khan has done a very good job of keeping a lot of these titles of importance on the shows, on the having being defended on the shows. They're on the card. They get defended. Not only that, some of the titles get defended in other promotions. And Ricochet's been defending the national championship and other wrestling promotions. Um, Okada's defending the national title. Okada's defending the international title in Japan a few times, and we've had Bandito defend the Ring of Honor title. So a lot of these titles, they don't feel like the mid card title as some have said. They have importance, a story around it, and I love it. I do. The trios titles, they are getting better with the trios division. We got the dogs in there now, the demand. We got still the Don Callis family. We got Death Riders. We got here are some other ones. Hurt Syndicate. We have they can add someone to the Hurt Syndicate. Hey, Kevin Knight wouldn't be a bad fit in the Hurt Syndicate. But then you got Jet Speed with Mystico. That's a great team as well. Excuse me. But there's a many trios divisions that are forming together in AEW that I'm starting to get invested in the trios division again. For a minute there, it was just kind of like thrown together. But now they're getting a solid trios division, and I love it. So with that being said, let's get into some of the affiliates and sponsors. We have Prince Nana Coffee. As you can see, I'm enjoying my Prince Nana Coffee. Love it. Prince Nana Coffee. Get yourself Prince Nana Coffee. The affiliation link is in the description below. Just click on the link. It'll take you where you need to go, and then you just purchase some Prince Nana Coffee. I love this coffee, and I've been drinking it for the past few months now, and I appreciate I appreciate that I'm affiliated with Prince Nana Coffee. So get you some. I really do. Get you some. Love it. Get yourself some woo energy. That's right. If you want that Ric Flair energy, the man, then get yourself some woo energy. Use the promo code Dr. Love, that's DRLOVE, and get yourself 20% off of Woo Energy. Great energy drink. I love it. It tastes great. This is dragon fruit. We have the lemon flavor. We have the pineapple berry flavor. And my personal favorite, strawberry banana. So get yourself some Woo Energy and use promo code Dr. Love, DRLOVE, and get 20% off your purchase. Get the variety pack so you can try different flavors and see which one is your favorite. And then if you want the energy without the caffeine, get yourself iDrink. That's right, iDrink with the Q. The website is in the description below as well. I love this energy drink as on top of Blue Energy because this has no caffeine. If you're looking to eliminate your caffeine intake, get yourself some iDrink today. Now let's get into this. Again, look at this card. Now this isn't looking at the 0 hour card, but if you just look at it, we got the World Trios titles, Okada, Fletcher, Davis defending against Mystico and Jet Speed, Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. We have the women's world titles, Lena Cross and Megan Bay taking off Babes of Wrath, Willow, Nightingale, and Harley Cameron. We have the Tornado Trios match with the Dogs, Gabe Kidd, Clark Connors, and David Finlay going up against Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong. We have a one-on-one match between Marina Shafir and Tony Storm. Everyone banned from ringside. We have the AEW Men's World Tag Team titles that were defended. FTR versus the Young Bucks. We have a one-on-one match between Swerve Strickland and Brody King, and who's the most dangerous man in AEW. We have the AEW Continental Championship with John Moxley defending the title against Takeshita in a no time limit match. And then we have a 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW Women's World title between Tekla and Chris Statlander. And then we have the Texas Death match with MJF putting the title on the line against Hangman Adam Page. If Hangman Adam Page loses, he can never challenge for the AEW World Championship again. Now, Tony Khan emphasized that it was his word, a verbal agreement, not contract. In the media scrum. That's why a lot of times you got to pay attention to these little details, especially with Tony Khan and AEW, because they drop those little details. And so a lot of people miss them. And then when things happen, they're like, oh, well, this wasn't a part of the story. Or, no, he gave this word and this and that. Well, if Heyman turns heel and he goes back on his word, again, Tony Khan emphasized that it was a verbal agreement. Verbal. That means it's not legal. He's not legally bound to where he cannot, or contractually bound to where he can never challenge for the World Championship again. Now, if he keeps his word, then he can go and challenge for the, like I mentioned before, the TNT title, the International Championship, the Continental Championship, the National Championship, and even the Ring of Honor Championship, some titles in New Japan, and CMLL. Now, I've seen the trolls out there. And yes, the trolls, the clowns, I want to talk about, well, look at that. He goes from the world title down to this title or that title. Look, like I just mentioned a second ago, these titles, Tony Khan has made important on the show that they are not treated as quote unquote mid-card titles. Starting in it, I've always really hated that term with even with WWE, the Intercontinental and United States title. Because back in the day, the Intercontinental title WWE was important. It was up there and as prestigious as the WWE Championship or WWF Championship back then. Now it has dropped to, you can quote unquote say, mid card, to where, oh, it's not our top prize or top title, etc. But now again, yeah, AEW World Championship is the top prize in AEW. But with a lot of these titles, there are many stories around them, and they're defended constantly to where they're important. And that's what I love with Tony Khan and AEW, that he has done with these titles. So if Heyman goes for him, especially with his star power, yes, he is a star in AEW. He's one of the top draws and one of the top wrestlers in AEW. Again, I've seen the trolls and the clowns again today talking about, oh, well, this is why they put the world title on him, because of the ratings and this and that and blah, 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 blah. MJF only skyrocketed the ratings up to 50,000 to 100,000 on Dynamite. So they went from around 550 a week to 600 to 650 a week. And now with some of the recent returns that we got last night at Revolution and another new star, maybe these ratings are about to go up. I'm thinking Dynamite this week, it'll be over 700. I'm thinking. It's not fact. I'm not betting on it. I have a feeling. And if it don't happen, it don't happen. I don't care. And that's just cable ratings. We're not even counting the HBO Max numbers. I know the trolls out there getting the clowns. They want to troll and say, oh, well, that's not as many as you think, blah, blah, blah. I disagree, and this is why, because many people watch on the stream, just like many watch WWE on Raw on Netflix, just like many watch TNA on their TNA Plus app. They're counting the 260,000 viewed TNA last Thursday cable numbers, but they're not counting the ones who watched on TNA Plus. I don't know if they have that number, and who knows how many it may be. But with AEW and their cable viewers, that's still a solid number, around 650,000, plus the HBO Max numbers. You got to count that as well. What is it? I don't know. I estimate probably 200, 300,000 extra people watching on the HBO Max app. So in reality, the total numbers of AEW as a whole with cable and HBO Max, I'd say around 800,000 to watch every single week. Um, and then you also got to consider too those who watch from the internet or VPN. You got to consider those as well. We don't have that count either. So many people troll the viewership on television, but they're not counting all these other ways that you can view AEW or even any wrestling promotion. So I'm just putting that out there. Does it really matter to me? No, I don't care. I can care less of how many people are watching with me. I'm going to tune in every single week and watch. And just because one has more viewers than the other doesn't mean they're the better one. To me, anyway. I love AEW more than any other wrestling promotion out there. To me, it's AEW, NWA, TNA, and then WWE because they draw my interest more. That is me, my opinion. If your list is flipped and it's this over this, that's fine. You do you. But the way AEW does their wrestling, I love it and I enjoy it and watch it every week. Does it make me a tribalist? No. Does it make me a sicko? No. Well, maybe. But I'm just a fan and I love it. I love the wrestlers. I love Hangman Adam Page. And I love how there's not this, I guess, someone thinking they're above the company to where they can hardly have to show up every week. I'll just say that. Many of these wrestlers show up every week. A lot of times that you see them don't show up is if they're injured or as of late with MGF and Adam Copeland because they're involved in the entertainment industry, they're off doing a show or a movie. But other than that, if MGF is back and he's the champ, he is back and he is back full schedule as the champ and he's coming in every week and defending the title. Will he be there this Wednesday? I don't know. He just went through a brutal Texas death match with Hangman Adam Page. So if we don't see the world champion this Wednesday, it's part of the selling, and they're selling what happened with the match. So if we see neither Adam Page or MJF this week, that is why. Because they're selling what just happened at Revolution with the Texas death match. It was brutal. Blood everywhere. Again, we're going to talk about more details here in a minute. If you have a weak stomach, I highly advise you to watch anyway because it is awesome. This is awesome wrestling, in my opinion. So, but if you have a weak stomach, I do advise, and for your in consideration, you don't have to look, just look away. But I loved it. Some people complained about it. So let's get into this. First off was the 21-man Battle Royale. And yeah, it was a really good Battle Royale. And I love how it kind of bled into the beginning of the Revolution. And then the last two that were in the ring was Ricochet and Jack Perry. And then Jack Perry eliminated Ricochet and won. So I really enjoyed and loved this match, and I love how it bled through to the beginning of the show. And Jack Perry won the AEW National Championship, and I'm glad. It's great that he is champion, and we'll see how he defends this belt and how he carries if he's going to defend it in other promotions like Ricochet, on Dynamite, on Collision. And I've heard people say as well, AEW has too many championships. No, they don't. No, they don't. You want to go down the list? Let's go. AEW World Title, TNT title, International title, Continental title, National title, Tag Team titles, Trios titles. Am I forgetting one? Nope. For the men, that is 7 AEW. Now, I'm not counting Ring of Honor. I'm counting AEW. 7 men's championships. Now let's go on for the women. AEW Women's World Title, TBS Championship, and Tag Team titles. That's 3. So 10 total titles that you have in AEW. That's not a lot compared to WWE. AEW or WWE has a total of near 20. I think it's about 17 or 18. So with that, even if you count the Ring of Honor titles, I think the total was 15 total titles in AEW, counting the Ring of Honor, 15 or 16. That's not a lot of titles compared to others. And I love the fact there's only one world champion in AEW and not two. So I love that the national title is a championship, another one for stories to be around, because this is why I love the titles AEW has, because I am a fan of the sport of wrestling. Do I love stories? Sure. But I am the fan of the sport and have it treated like a sport. The tournaments, the titles, all of that. That is what I love with professional wrestling. That's why I love the NWA old school days, because they were centered around that. The tournaments, the titles. They had many titles too. They had like a mid-Atlantic title, a national title, United States title, TV title. I mean, they had many titles themselves as well, especially spread out through all the different territories. But they only had one world champion, and that was in 10 pounds of gold NWA World Championship. And I love how the NWA Power has kind of kept that tradition going as well. AEW really doesn't have that many titles compared to others. So some people complaining that they have too many titles. Honestly, it's just the trend. Honestly, the trend is almost everything AEW does, people got to complain, got to take shots at AEW. And many people have wished for the end of AEW instead of, hey, it's another wrestling promotion for not only for fans to enjoy and have an alternative to watch, but also another place for people to have jobs, same as TNA. TNA as well. So hopefully they can keep going on track and get on their feet, and they can be another competitor, and they can attract other wrestlers, and they can pay these wrestlers as well. More the better. So you don't just have one company. AJ Styles even said it. He thinks all tribalism is stupid when you have so much wrestling to enjoy instead of just WWE with Raw and SmackDown. You got all these other wrestling promotions. He even listed them out of AEW, TNA, New Japan, all these different wrestling promotions we can enjoy, and people just want to just not enjoy it. I enjoy one over the other. I am not this AEW soldier. I'm not this AEW mark that people have tried to make me out to be, or sicko. I just enjoy AEW over the promotions because of the wrestlers I'm invested in and the matches that they put on that I enjoy. I love the Texas Death Match. I went to watch Game Changer Wrestling last year live, and I can't wait to go to another show again because that wrestling, it was violent and it was awesome. If you don't like that, cool. Go enjoy the other side. Go enjoy WWE or TNA. Go enjoy it. But for me, I love AEW. And I love NWA. And I love TNA more than I have WWE as of late. That's just me. So, but national championship, or as far as AEW having too many championships, they really don't compared to others. And the national championship, it's another title for stories and for someone to hold the title and see how they carry themselves with the title. That is the point with a lot of having other championships, to see how they can carry themselves with a title before you put the world championship on them. Will Jack Perry become a world champion? Will Ricochet become a world champion? Yes, maybe. I don't know. Tony Khan, we can see. But with the lineup that we have for the world championship right now is stacked. And we'll get to that later. Next, we got the tag team titles with FTR facing Young Bucks. I love this because you had the Young Bucks come out with their family and with these other kids, and they came out. It was a great moment, and it was cool to have them in the front row in the crowd. FTR came out, and Stokely Hathaway had a miracle happen. He miraculously was healed. FTR won and defeated the Young Bucks. And then you had Adam Copeland and Christian Cage return. And I loved this moment. I love that they're back. I love that Christian Cage and Adam Copeland are back in AEW, and they're eyeing those AEW World Tag Team Championships. So it looks like we might get them having one last ride with the tag titles. And just how like Sting retired as a tag team champion, it looks like Christian Cage and Adam Copeland will as well. I like that. Right off into the sunset. I'm going to enjoy that. And it's funny how many people last year thought after All Out, Adam Copeland was going to return to WWE. Nope, he's still in AEW. And I still love his promo that he spoke a couple years ago about the tribalism and how people can't just enjoy professional wrestling and etc. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. It's a great promo, and I really do believe he'll speak it from the heart to kind of tell everyone that having AEW around is best for the wrestling business. So I love this, and I can't wait for this, and we'll see what we have in store with Christian Cage and Adam Copeland on Dynamite. So it was great. Next, we had the Tony Storm and Marina Shafir match. Everyone banned from ringside. This was a really good one-on-one women's match, and I thought it was great. In the end, Storm defeated Marina Shafir. But after that, when Tony Storm was celebrating, we had a surprise, and that surprise was the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey. And then her and Tony Storm had a face-to-face in the middle of the ring. And then you had Marina Shafir get between them. And then before any fight could start, is Ronda Rousey all elite? They haven't really officially said. Tony Khan mentioned that she's welcome, and they invited AEW to her fight with Gina Carano coming up soon on Netflix. So Ronda Rousey, Marina Shafir, they could be another addition to the AEW Women's Tag Team Title division, and this will be great. And it was a shame how, honestly, I love how I liked how Ronda was at WWE, but I don't think they allowed her to be at her full potential. They wanted her to be this. I think she just could have been more. But we'll see if this happens in AEW and if she's allowed to do the same in AEW. But she would be cool as a TBS champion or even AEW Women's World Champion. But she only comes back to team with Marina Shafir to win the AEW Women's Tag Team titles. That would be cool too. So we'll see how this plays out. I love this interaction. This was cool. Later we'll get to an match announced made, which I think will involve Ronda coming out on Dynamite this Wednesday. After that, it went into the Continental Championship match. We had Moxley go 1-on-1 against Takeshita. A phenomenal wrestling match. Great wrestling match between these two. I loved it, especially the emotion, the story being told inside the ring. And in the end, Moxley defeated Takeshita. And then after the match, Moxley extended his hand as a sign of respect towards Takeshita to shake his hand. Takeshita at first was going to walk away, then he turned around and shook his hand. So we'll see how this plays out on Dynamite on Wednesday and with the Don Callis family. We'll see how this plays out. I'm thinking Takeshita is because he couldn't pull the trigger and hit Moxley with the chair last week before his match with Moxley. And then you have this. I'm thinking he's about to get the boot out of the Don Callis family. And I honestly think he's going to challenge Okada for the International Championship, and he'll win the International Championship again. That's what I'm thinking. And he'll be the New Japan TV champion and the International champion. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see how this plays out. But many people thought that he was going to win the Continental title, going to run, and then we have Okada and him go 1-on-1, and we have the Unified Championship again. As of now, I don't think it's coming back. And I honestly hope it don't. I like the Continental and International Championship separated. I think it was a fun moment last year when it was between Kenny Omega and Okada. But now that they're separated again, I think we just need to do away with that and Takeshita can go win the International Championship from Okada, and he can go have a run with that. There's even the National Championship he can go have a run with. Even TNT title. Let's not forget that. Maybe he'll go for the TNT Championship when the Don Callis family turns on him. Maybe it won't be the International Championship. He would be a great TNT champion. But then after that, we had the return. And I loved the video that led up to it. I thought this was amazing, and it's kind of like a Dragon Ball Z type little video, so I thought it was cool. I'm not a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I like it, but still, I thought this was cool. And we had the return of Will Ospreay, and there was even a video a fan posted on X that Will Ospreay reposted, and it was this kid that was watching. The dad was videoing, and when the kid heard Ospreay's music hit, his face lit up. He was excited, and I liked how Will Ospreay reposted that and acknowledged it. But Ospreay, he went in the ring. He fought off the Death Riders, and the crowd was energetic. The crowd loved it, and it's great to see Will Ospreay back. And he's another top face within the company that is going for that AEW World Championship again. The AEW World Championship. This is why I love having one world title and not two, because you have so many stars, so many top talent in AEW going for that world championship. You have MJF as world champion. As of now, Hangman Adam Page is out, but if he turns heel and goes back on his word, he could be back in the mix. But other than that, you got Kenny Omega. You got Kyle Fletcher even in the future, especially if he drops the TNT title to Takeshita or somebody else. You have Kyle Fletcher. You have Swerve Strickland. You have Andrade. You have Will Ospreay, which I think, and I said this on X and posted it, that we're going to get Will Ospreay. After he's done with the Death Riders, he will challenge for. I think he'll enter the Owen Hart Cup tournament when he came just short of it last year. That's going to be the story. He's going to go all the way. He's going to win it, and then he's going to go and face whoever the champion is at All in London. Now, I said it was going to be MJF, but I got to thinking earlier today, what if it's Hangman Adam Page? Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, no, we can have heel Hangman Adam Page. He goes back on his word. He turns. He goes back on his word. He goes for that title. We have a heel Hangman Adam Page going up against a babyface Will Ospreay at All in London in the main event for the AEW World Championship. Not only would be a great match, but the story, and then the constant trolling that Heyman can do towards Will, like, hey, I beat you last year, I won the title, but that ain't gonna be for you. It ain't gonna be in your case, pal. Who knows? They might even do a Texas Death Match again with Will Ospreay for the AEW World Championship. Texas Death Match has become like AEW's thing, like their trademark match. A lot of fans love this Texas Death Match, especially when it involves Hangman Adam Page, because that's his match. If that don't happen, I was just saying, it was just a thought. It might not happen. This thing with Hangman Adam Page, if it never challenged for World Championship again, might just play out maybe until later in the year or next year. We'll see. But I'm just thinking, what if? That would be cool to see Hangman go back on his word, turn, go challenge MJF for the title, win the title, and he's the champion that Will Ospreay is facing after winning our Owen Hart Cup tournament at All in London, and win the AEW World Championship from Hangman Adam Page in London. I just think that'd be a cool moment, cool feud. But yeah, Will Ospreay's back. Love that he's returned to AEW, and it's great to have the bruv back, man. It's great to have the Billy Goat back. I've been missing him, and now he's back. Like I said, I think these ratings on AEW about to go up. Next, we have the AEW Women's World Tag Team Title match. We have Cross. We have Lena Cross and Megan Bain challenging the champs, Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron, and Willow Nightingale. And I love, again, this was a really good match, especially with the story that was played out with the injury that Willow was going through, and that's what cost him the match. And we have the that Megan Bain and Lena Cross as your new AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. So I love that. The entrance that Lena Cross and Megan Bain had with the new theme, the name, I thought that was really cool. And the way they kind of entered together, they're kind of like the same height and same build. Really cool. They are a really great team. We'll see how long Penelope Ford is out. Hopefully not too long. Hopefully she praying for a good full recovery. But I really love Lena Cross and Megan Bain, and they're the new champs. And I've heard many people say who will be next in line to challenge. Well, you got the Inspiration, uh, Jesse McKay and Casey Lee. You got the Brawling Birds, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor, and you have even Thomas Tony Storm and Mina Shakara. You got Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir now. You got, I mean, there's some tag teams in the women's division. Maya Higher World. You got many of the women tag team in the division that can go for these titles. That can we can have a story around these titles. Next up, we got who is going to be the baddest man in AEW match 101 with Swerve Strickland and Brody King. This was really, I love how Swerve Strickland comes out with all these themed attires for the pay-per-views. Like he had Green Lantern for the World's End one. He had today, it was our Revolution, was the Candyman look. So I love that. I love that. Really good wrestling match between these two. And they're putting Brody King over more and more in AEW. So we'll see where that goes. But Swerve Strickland defeated him. He defeated him 1-on-1. And right when he was going to attack Brody King with the cinder block, out comes Kenny Omega. Now, a lot of people have said, oh, well, Kenny Omega's not going to show up because he's at some video game convention and this and that. But nope, he made it back for one of the company's biggest shows. And we have Kenny Omega back, and now he's going to feud with Swerve. So, like I said, this AEW World Championship has a lot of top faces around it, has a lot of top wrestlers around this title. And that's what I love about having one World Championship. Next, we get the AEW Women's World Championship. Same for the women, one world title, where a lot of the top women's wrestlers can challenge for this title. So we have 2 out of 3 falls match. I love 2 out of 3 falls matches. I think it's a really cool match. And Statlander and Tekla put on a really great match. And in the end, Tekla wins due to the Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, interfering because the ref went down. And before the ref could recover and get back up, you had the Sisters of Sin get involved and cost Statlander the match. So I don't know if that's going to play into it. I'm not sure. But I wonder if in the future, like Statlander and Tekla are not done, and then we get a steel cage match between the two for the world title. Excuse me. And then we get maybe Statlander win the title back, and then Statlander can defend and get somebody else down there. Maybe. But I love how they're pushing Tekla as the world champion. I love the star Tekla has become in AEW. So I think she's a great women's world champion. I don't think that they should take the belt off of her as of yet. Keep her running with that title, and we'll see who can dethrone her down the line. Maybe Mercedes Moné, maybe her, or maybe that name Britt Baker's still rolling around. Maybe her. So we'll see. Next we have Mystico and Jet Speed go up against the AEW World Trios champions, Mark Davis, Kyle Fletcher, and Kazuchika Okada. And in the end, Mystico and Jet Speed won. Really great trios match. And at the end of the match, when they were celebrating the trios titles, the graphic went up on the screen, and Mystico is all elite. He signed a dual contract with AEW with AEW and CMLL. And I love how Tony Khan does that. I love the dual contracts. You're not just AEW. You're not just this. I love that about Tony Khan. I really do. Because it's really cool that he allows this with these wrestlers. It's the freedom to go wrestle elsewhere, not just in AEW. The freedom to go and continue wrestling in CMLL or New Japan or any other kind of wrestling promotion. Not even if they're signed to it. Like I said, Ricochet was defending the national championship on these other wrestling promotions. MJF was defending the world championship on some indie promotions and House of Glory. I love the freedom there with AEW and these wrestlers. I love it. And that's what I love about AEW. You don't have it to where, oh, you're just this and you can't go wrestle elsewhere. That's one thing that does take away with me with WWE. It does. Now, people have said, oh, well, these wrestlers get to wrestle in TNA and AAA. Well, WWE's in a partnership with TNA. So technically, it doesn't really count. Now I know AEW has been in a partnership with New Japan Wrestling, and CMLL, but there are other promotions that are not in partnership with that they just allow their talent, that Tony Khan's allowed his talent to go and wrestle for. Alex Windsor, she was facing for that British Women's World Championship at Red Pro. And then you have the Eve Women's Wrestling promotion that Will Ospreay helps run. And then you have all these other wrestling promotions that these wrestlers go out of. House of Glory, there's another one. Major League Wrestling, there's another one. So I love how Tony Khan allows them to have that freedom. I love it. So Mystico and Jet Speed are your new AEW World Trios champions. Now, I would say as a wrestling match alone, this was my match of the night. As a wrestling match, especially without a stipulation. This was like by far one of the best matches of the night. Bandito versus Andrade. My goodness, this match was awesome. Loved this match. Andrade and Bandito, to me, it was like an A++. Loved it. And again, Andrade, like in my opinion, yeah, he stole the show with this match. Or stole the weekend, I should say, with this match with Bandito. And then on Saturday night, he had a match with Mascara Dorada. I thought that was awesome. So, Andrade is great, man. And I really hope down the line he wins that world championship and he becomes AEW world champion. He is one of the top faces in AEW that a lot of the fans love. And I love this thing he's doing with the taking selfies of the women in the crowd and stuff. It's kind of like an Eddie Guerrero type thing, or I would say HBK. Yeah, honestly, no, I see an HBK out of this. Shawn Michaels, the way he was back in the 90s. When he would go near the women in the crowd and they'd be all over him and stuff like that. And some of the managers he's had, they were all over him. That's what I'd say with this. It's kind of like an HBK type feel. So it'd be great to see Andrade, again, win the world championship later down the road. He's a great world champion. I wouldn't mind him being the TNT champion or the Continental or International champion, maybe a national champion, Ring of Honor champion. I was really saying, like, before this match started, as the build was going, that this could be a really good this could be cool for them to make it for the Ring of Honor championship, and we can have Andrade win that and carry the Ring of Honor title for a little while till they're ready to put him in the AEW World Championship title picture. So, but yeah, it was a really great match. Phenomenal match. Honestly, I think this should have been before the main event to kind of keep the energy going. The next match, the Trios Tornado match, was a good match. Not bad. Cassidy, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, and Roderick Strong go up against the Dogs. David Finlay, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. I really love the Dogs. I really think they're going to be future Trios champions. They might even be the next champions and defeat Mexico and Jet Speed for them later down the road. So loved. I think the Dogs will be that. And many I've seen online to where people have said about David Finlay losing his first pay-per-view match, which is not that big of a deal. Sometimes you don't have to win every match or even your debut match. So, again, it's not that big of a deal. I love the match here, chaos everywhere. But in the end, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Darby Allin win. and the dog's taking L. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. It's not over yet. Well, I'll go over what was announced during the pre-show or post-show, the media scrum. I won't go into too far in details. Just some of the things that Tony Khan mentioned uh, after the show. But yeah, now we're getting to the main event. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page, Texas Death Match. If Hangman Adam Page loses, he can never challenge for the AEW World Championship again. This was a verbal agreement. I think Tony Khan even emphasized that. We'll go over a little bit later, but it's a verbal agreement, and I think this will lead to a heel turn for Hangman Adam Page, and we'll get Hangman Adam Page becoming heel and winning the AEW World Championship back that way as a heel. And I think we'll see that. And we'll have to see the best of both worlds of Hangman Adam Page as world champion as a babyface and see how he does it as a heel. MJF, I love the Terry Funk tribute here with the gear. I loved it. Terry Funk did many Texas death matches. So I love that they pay this tribute. I love how AEW does that, man, how they pay these tributes to these old school wrestlers that really paved the way for the wrestling business and for these old school matches that we used to have. I really love that AEW does that. It's really great. So I love that about AEW. I love this with MJF. This was a brutal match. Brutal. Look at this. The blood. When Heyman was bleeding there and Heyman got the barbed wire and just started like grinding it into his mouth. The shot here with Heyman and and Heyman and MJF sticks in the side of his cheek and even squirts out whatever is probably water. Squirts it out. And then the skews here. My goodness. Now, I've seen it hammered into people's head deeper than what MJF got. But still, that was brutal, and I'm sure it hurt. And after that, Heyman hit a buckshot lariat on him. And I thought this right there was it. I was like, oh, it's over. Heyman just won. And then MJF gets up. And then you have those little light tubes as well that they hit each other with. And my goodness, Heyman like hammered MJF with it. MJF took a lot of the beating in this match. A lot of it. I mean, Heyman did too. But MJF did. He still won and walked out as your AEW World Champion. Here he is choking out Hangman Adam Page and defeating Hangman Adam Page and becoming the AEW World Champion, even standing over him here on the stretcher as they're trying to stretcher him out. And I love this with Heyman, how he wrestles with boots, cowboy boots. I love it. That's Cowboy right there. That's bad A right there, in my opinion. I love it. I really do. So, yeah, you have this with Heyman Adam Page. Oh, we'll talk about that here in a minute. I love this with Heyman Adam Page. Or I love this with MJF. And he wins. And I love the Terry Funk tribute gear that he had. And, man, this was a fantastic match. Fantastic match. You know, I've seen the complaints. Oh, it was too brutal, or it was too much, it was too this, and some of the reaction from people in the crowd, and people were like, "Oh, I was complaining about how could you let your kids watch this?" I'm like, "Hey, man, some of us ain't soft. Some of us parents ain't soft, bro. Some of us parents ain't soft. This is something I won't care my son watching. Like I said, this is a wrestling match, bro. Man, it's brutal. Now, we make it clear that hey, this is all for the show, and they are trained wrestlers, trained athletes, and so don't try this at home. But heck, my son watches this. It ain't gonna matter to me because he's watching wrestling and enjoying it with me. This is stuff I grew up on when I was younger. You know, when I watched it as a kid, like I said, old school WWE days. They used to do not as this far, but they used to have bloody matches like this with Elimination Chamber and Hell in a Cell and 3 Stages of Hell match, 2 out of 3 falls, Iron Man match, no DQ match, Inferno match. I mean, they used to light each other on fire in WWE. And y'all complaining about this? Really? I mean, come on. This is why WWE was soft. Because, there's some people. I mean, I saw one comment one time years ago. The Shield was beating up Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman was the heel. Shield was the babyface that time. This was before John Moxley left the company. And I saw in the comments on YouTube on the highlight when they posted it, someone was complaining about, oh, see, you're teaching them to gang up and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they're ganging up on the big man. It's all for show. Get out of here, lady, if you can't handle that. So it's people, fans like that, man. Just it's this right here. This is awesome wrestling right here. This is great. I enjoyed it. I loved it. Same thing with Game Changer Wrestling when I've seen them wrestle. It's brutal. It's like, oh gosh, what the heck? But hey, this is what they want to do, and they get paid to do it. My respects to them. It's higher. And not only that, this is awesome wrestling. I love it. I love the blood, love the violence, love how brutal it was. It was great. Really great. I'm sure many have complained about it, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I mean, some of y'all are acting like they ripped each other's guts out. I mean, chill. But this was a great match. I enjoyed it. Here's a sign here. I thought it was funny. TK over TKO. Tony Khan over TKO. Love it. I agree. 100%. Screw TKO. Tony Khan over TKO. Not a TKO fan. WWE fan, and I take TKO fan. Where they've overcharged wrestling tickets and how they treated the company as of late. We all thought it was going to be great when they purchased the company. And in the end, it has ruined a lot of the fun with the wrestling. But my gosh, how many advertisements do I got to freaking see during a WWE show? It's ridiculous. I love how AEW has stayed away from that. Affordable ticket prices for the family to enjoy. And I've seen people say, oh, well, they're just doing it because it's not high demand. Man, a lot of people buy AEW tickets. It's in high demand. 12,000 plus sold out for this venue in the arena tonight for Revolution. All in Texas, up to 22,000 plus last year. And many other pay-per-views down the line where they had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,000. Forbidden Door last year was like 18,000, I think, or 19,000. Come on, man. AEW, I'm sick and tired of the hate and people talking negative about AEW and how they're beneath WWE. They're not beneath WWE. They're not. WWE has been around for 40 years. They got a large fan base, yes. That's because they've been around for 40 years. AEW's been around 7. 7. Going 7 years now. And they're selling out these arenas for the pay-per-views, and people have said, oh, well, they have 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000. Oh, Dynamite and Collision. Who cares? They're selling out those arenas, or those little small arenas. And not only that, it makes the show more personal and intimate, and it makes it more, you're up close to the action. The tickets aren't, they're not expensive. So, yeah. I'm glad Tony Khan's doing it, and I enjoy it. I mean, we used to have wrestling, man, back in the old days at high school gyms. Little studios. And people were, like, downgrading AEWs because they might have 2,000 on a Dynamite or a Collision. I mean, come on. Who cares? People were there watching. They bought the ticket. They will gain more, especially the way TKO's going with WWE. They'll gain more. Their stories are solid. They got stars, top stars in the company. I do like Tony Khan over TKO. I do. Is he perfect? No, he's not. In my opinion, he's far better than TKO. When you overcharging for some of these ticket prices I've seen for WrestleMania, that's ridiculous. And not only that, you want to black out the area where they can't go to a local venue or bar or something to go enjoy the show. I mean, that's just greedy, man. Greedy. A lot of people say, oh, it's business. No, it's greed. It's greedy. It's greedy. And Tony Khan do the same thing. I'd call him out on it too. This ain't just me. This ain't no AEW versus TKO or whatever. If Tony Khan's doing the exact same thing, I'd be calling him out on it too, right here. I'd be calling him out on it too. But he's not. So that's why I'm calling out TKO. But love the sign here. Whoever did this, whoever had the sign there at the show, love it. Good job. Good job. Enjoyed it. So now we get into the media scrum here. We get into the media scrum. There's the man himself, Tony Khan. Love, appreciate him. Appreciate him starting up and keeping AEW running. Keep ignoring the haters, ignoring the critics and all. And they're out there, and he's still running with AEW. And yeah, he's got a cup of coffee. So do I. Maybe he's drinking that Prince Nana coffee. Maybe. Again, hit the affiliation link below for Prince Nana coffee. But yeah, a great show. 10 out of 10. A++++ for AEW Revolution. Loved it. It was my right now 2026 pay-per-view of the year as of now. We got ways to go, but as all the pay-per-views we had right now, Revolution's got the top. Either on top. Tony Khan mentioned in the media scrum a few times. We're going to go over that here. And, some of the things I've seen online with it. Let me pull it up here. All right, some of those things he said at the media scrum. He mentioned doing that they're going to have Continental Classic track suits that they're coming out this year. I'm going to get me one. I am. I'm going to buy one. I think it's going to be awesome. Other things that he has mentioned. Let's see here. Yeah, he said that Hangman Adam Page, this is one big one, that Hangman Adam Page made a verbal agreement between AEW, that Tony Khan, that there was a verbal agreement between him and Hangman Adam Page that he will never challenge for the World Championship again. Just like it was with Cody Rhodes. Tony Khan even mentioned Cody Rhodes in this about that. I love how he did that, kind of throwing it back. But again, it was a verbal agreement. Cody Rhodes didn't turn heel. Cody Rhodes didn't turn heel to go back on his word. He got his word. I think Hangman's going to do different. I think so. I think Hangman's going to be different. I think he's going to turn heel, go back on his word. He's going to challenge for that World Championship. If he does that, cool. Do it, Hangman. Do it. I'm still going to be your fan. Still going to be a big fan. Tony Khan was asked if they would ever have a AEW show in SoFi Stadium, and he said could be interesting. I've thought about it before. It's not crazy, y'all. He said he's thinking about it. All in 2027 sounds like a great time for me. Let's do it, Tony Khan. I think I'll go to that one. Yeah, I think I'd go to that one. And then again, Mystico signing a dual contract with CMLL and AEW. And then a few of the matches that were announced for Dynamite. We get the one-on-one match for No Holds Barred between Marina Shafir and Timeless Tony Storm. And that's No Holds Barred. As for, I think Ronda Rousey's going to show up. If she's going to getting involved with this match, and we're going to see Ronda Rousey on AEW Dynamite this Wednesday. So keep watch. And then we're going to have Marina Shafir and Ronda Rousey team up to go up against Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. I think it's going to happen. And then next we have the coffin match, and this graphic here, man, AEW's graphics are awesome, amazing, and I love this graphic. This graphic is awesome. Coffin match this Wednesday on Dynamite between Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd. This is going to get crazy. It's going to get bloody. It's going to get bloody as well. And that's why I love AEW. These kind of matches, man, love it. But yeah, coffin match for the AEW on Dynamite this weekend or this Wednesday, and I can't wait. And we'll see what else happens for the follow up from Revolution, because this is going to Dynamite. I think it's going to get a lot of views this week. I really do. And following up a lot of these stories and following up a lot of what happened at Revolution and keeping that momentum going, that traction going, this is where it's going to, I think tide's turning with AEW. Tide's turning. A lot of fans are tuning into AEW, seeing what they're doing and seeing what they're about with the character stories, how they do these type of matches instead of just the same old. Of course, you're going to have some of those people that are not going to watch because of the hardcore matches that they've done, like we saw at Revolution. But hey, that's fine. Don't watch. Don't come in and try to ruin it. No, they should stop. Blah blah blah. No, we love it. Us wrestling fans love it. Let us enjoy these type of wrestling matches. If you don't, you cannot watch. Turn the channel. Tony Khan also said that about Ronda Rousey. Marina Shafir brought her in as backup. Ronda Rousey's a huge star, which she is. They've had him and her have had a great relationship, and she's wrestled before in Ring of Honor. She had a Ring of Honor match a while back. I think it was 2 years ago. And she's also always welcomed in AEW. So we'll see if the baddest woman on the planet will become All Elite. But yeah, in the end, AEW Revolution was a fantastic show. I loved it, and I want to watch it again. Because it was so awesome. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Great show. Fantastic. I want to watch Dynamite on Wednesday. I am hyped for it. Like I said at the beginning of the year, AEW, I'm very hyped after the 2025 year that they had. I'm more hyped for AEW in 2026 than I am for anyone else. I love the NWA as well. Watching NWA, get more invested in NWA. I'm watching TNA as well. Love how TNA has climbed in the ranks. They had 259,000 plus viewers last Thursday. And man, it's just, wrestling, man, it's just great, man. It's hot right now. You don't have to watch WWE. You can watch all these other wrestling promotions. AEW is one of them. So yeah, I love it, and it's great. I'm here for it. So yeah, those are my thoughts and that's my review of AEW. Let me know your thoughts. In the comments below. Hit the like button, that notification bell, and that hype button, and subscribe to the YouTubes. I need one more for 600. If anybody can just hit that one subscription, and I got 600. I want to try to get 1,000. I want to try to get 1,000 by All In London. So if you can help me get to 1,000. 1,000 by All In London in August. I think we could do it. Just need 400 more, or 401 more. So hit that subscribe button. Go follow on Rumble as well. I'm going Rumble. Gain us some Rumble followers. Got 4. Hey, it's a start. Just started a couple weeks ago. So putting my stuff on there as well. I'm live there as we speak. And go follow my X account. Go follow me on TikTok. Go follow me on Instagram. And like I always say, everyone, just love professional wrestling. As the great Kenny Omega would always say,
Goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang.
Have a good one, y'all.
From the first bell to the last stand, this is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Loves Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron Loves Wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron Loves Wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron Loves Wrestling. Say it, warrior. One world, one voice, taking us higher. Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday Night Main Event under the neon lights. NXT has the rising stars, the future is looking pretty bright. Dreams get built in every fight, from Wednesday Night Dynamite to Saturday Night Collision. New Japan battles, hearts on fire, from the Tokyo Dome to Arena, Mexico. In every zone, every style's a kingdom, every ring is a throne. Give away to AEW, every New Japan pride. AEW on the rise, AEW on the rise. Different letters but the same love and passion pounding in us all. Aaron Loves Wrestling. Every brand, it doesn't matter about the three letters, from the local hall to the global star. Oh my God, that sound, when the essence hits, we are all ready to start. Aaron Loves Wrestling, side by side. No tribal lines, just love for the business worldwide. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Cuddy fights for the dreams of us all in red, white, blue. Hangman doesn't stay down, he is always fighting for redemption. Mox bleeds for the business, bringing out the passion in us all. Okada is the rainmaker, the money rains down with every title reign. Cena's never giving up the fight. Fear strikes in the heart of man when Undertaker appears. Sting is the vigilante that every villain fears. Legends will always be remembered, they never retire in our hearts, they will live on forever. From Flair to Michaels, from Hogan to Cena, from Omega's rise to acknowledging Reigns. Different paths but the same damn ring, same damn love for professional wrestling. Say it loud, I love wrestling. Say it proud, I love wrestling. No hate, no tribalism, just love for the business until the end of time. No logos on your chest. If you love this business, then you're the best. No keyboard warriors, no hate, no lies. Just respect when the warriors rise. From the curtain rise to the final pin, we all are chasing that moment when the bell rings. It's more than title belts, it's more than glory. It's our love for professional wrestling in every story. So pull your hearts up, it's all one love. Every fan's got a place, from every city to every nation. We're united by a love for professional wrestling. Aaron Loves Wrestling. Hear the crowd with every chant, every heartbeat, and with every chant. Aaron Loves Wrestling. This is our life. From the rise of a hero to the falling of wrestling. The American Cowboy will always ride for this. Dr. Love will always share the love of professional wrestling. For every ring, every wrestler and every fan. One word, one passion, one truth that I'm confessing.